Hello everyone, welcome back. This is part 3 on how to prune a young apple tree. We are getting a good start on it, but I mentioned the pole pruners earlier, and these are, the rope is a little beat up on these, but I'm going to show you how these work. As you can see, there's just a hook with a clipper in it, if you will. And what these are good for is you reach up in the tree and you just cut out stuff you can't reach. Do that from the ground. You just pull the rope and brings the you just basically snap it out. And it I try not to use them unless I have to, because they're not the most handy thing, as you can see. But you just go in there, and once again, we're cutting all that stuff that's running vertical out. We're not trying to grow a saw log or a shade tree. We're trying to grow something to produce fruit. So that's the pole pruners. That's real brief. Like I said, this is not going to be the most in-depth video on how to prune an apple tree, but it'll give you some basics to be a good starting point. Okay, we've got this tree pruned, and you can see that we give it a pretty severe haircut. Okay, now a couple of things to keep in mind when pruning. If you're in doubt about whether the limb should stay or go, cut it out. Another thing you want to do, some of these I left long. You see right here, right there. Try to cut them as close as you can. It's better if you can to do so. But one other key point is it's the middle of January, about the 3rd week in January. Typically, depending on where in the world you are, I like to do this a little later. Now, this is dormant pruning, and dormant pruning means that the tree is dormant. You can do it any time when the tree's dormant, but typically I like to do it later in the season when the tree is still dormant, but most of the hard cold weather is past, because you can get some cold injury on those fresh cuts. But this is the final video in the series. I think we're going to wind up with about 3 videos. Part 1 and 2, I talk a little bit about what we're doing, and then kind of where to go from there. But we'll get all this picked up, hauled off and burnt, and we will go get that, like I said, hauled off, burnt. This tree was not pruned last year, and that's one reason it was a little bit out of shape, as is that one and that one. And I've got to mow out the orchard, get it cleaned out. But I hope you learned something. Let us know if you did or you didn't. I hope it was beneficial. Maybe, maybe not. Is this the exact way to prune an apple tree? Of course not. You prune it however you see fit, but this is kind of a good starting point. You can see I cut it pretty heavy, which is what I want. And this is a young tree, and I want to get it in good shape. So from at some point it'll just be maintenance pruning. I won't really be cutting the tree back. One side note, right here, this is a fruit bud. See how much bigger it is? This will be a leaf. This is a vegetative bud. That's a fruit bud. So there'll be some fruit on this tree. The big buds, that's where your blossom will be. That's where your fruit will be. So that's just kind of a neat curiosity. All right, so like I said, Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Check out the other 2 videos before this one, and we'll get some more things coming. Be sure, if you're interested in old apple trees, I will do at least 1 video on grafting. All these trees grafted. Some of them I grafted, some of them I bought, but these are all grafted trees, and they're all on certain rootstock, and we'll talk more about that when we get into the grafting. But that is one pruned apple tree. So until next time, take care of yourself, like us, subscribe to us, comment, let us know what you think, and take care. Talk to you guys later.